श्रीगणेशाय नमः। ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः, भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः, स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवांसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः। ॐ स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः, स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः, स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः, स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
ॐ गङ्गणपतये नमो नमः, श्रीसिद्धिविनायक नमो नमः, अष्टविनायक नमो नमः, गणपति बाप्पा मोरया।
गङ्गणपतये नमो नमः, श्रीसिद्धिविनायक नमो नमः, अष्टविनायक नमो नमः, गणपति बाप्पा मोरया।
ॐ गङ्गणपतये नमो नमः, श्रीसिद्धिविनायक नमो नमः, अष्टविनायक नमो नमः, गणपति बाप्पा मोरया।
ॐ गङ्गणपतये नमो नमः, श्रीसिद्धिविनायक नमो नमः, अष्टविनायक नमो नमः, गणपति बाप्पा मोरया।
ॐ गङ्गणपतये नमो नमः, श्रीसिद्धिविनायक नमो नमः, अष्टविनायक नमो नमः, गणपति बाप्पा मोरया।
जहाँ पाँव में पायल, हाथ में कंगन, हो माथे पे बिंदिया, जहाँ पाँव में पायल, हाथ में कंगन, जहाँ पाँव।
Welcome to Association of Indian Pharmacists Banquet and Expo 2016. We are all so happy that you are attending this banquet. We thank you all from the bottom of our heart. We also thank our vendors without whom this banquet will not be possible, and obviously without our members and without our board members who work so unconditionally. We thank all of them. Thank you all so much.
भारत भाग्य विधाता, तव शुभ नाम जागे, तब शुभ आशीष मांगे,
everybody. This is my favorite time of the year. We get to see all our families, friends, colleagues, partners, all under one roof. In today's welcome, before we start all the professional stuff, I'm going to try to tone it down and keep this as appropriate as possible and keep it without any foul language, because I don't need the Republican National Committee calling me and saying, please run for president now. So we'll keep it clean. There's women and children here. So anyway, a few months ago, I celebrated my 24th birthday, and I was thinking about when I came out of college as a pharmacist, this is how I felt. I felt like, hey, I can rule the world. I'm going to make a change. I'm going to make it happen. But as the years went by, I wake up on a Monday morning and I think, I'm sorry, I'm open for business. It's tough out there nowadays. It's hard to get out and get to work. The PBMs are against us. We got low reimbursement, competition out the wazoo. So by Friday, that's me and most of us. And so next, this is my professional slide about where profits are going, spending money for the wives is going, basically our overall business. Whoa. Okay, I'll tell you where this came from. I talked to my business partner, Jignesh. I had to tell him this, I'm sorry. I said, we need to attract patients. So I walk into one of our pharmacies and I see an attractive pharmacist. He got it a little bit wrong, but I like how he's thinking. So good job there. Anyway, so we tried new things. Let's try to gain business by getting a drive-through. Most independents don't have a drive-through. This is what happened when we tried a drive-through. So we don't have much luck over there. Let's stick to what we know. Anyway, I digress. I go home. It's been a hard day. Everybody after dinner sits on their computer. We do Google searches because we have nothing else to do but wait for our next day at work. So I put in to my Google search, children and mouse. And obviously we get Disney World. That makes sense, right? It makes sense. So I said, let's try some pharmacy stuff. So I put X-Lax and Chipotle, and we got kaboom. And I'm guilty of that. Everybody else can raise their hands if they're not shy. So then I went further. I said, let's put in pharmacists plus low reimbursement. And we get this. That looks like a lot of us when we get below cost reimbursement. It also looks like Ashish trying to give a really low price. I just thought of that one. So anyway, here's my favorite one. And this is all recent, so you guys can all relate. Surprise audit plus Prime Therapeutics, and Google gave me a prostate exam. Google knows it well. So anyway, I went to the dictionary, and this is the year of the monkey in China. But in the pharmacy world, it's the year of DIR. And what does DIR stand for? When you say DIR, do you... No, that's the wrong slide, Tushar. Wrong slide, Tushar. Okay, back the other way. There you go. When you think DIR, do you think this? Direct, indirect, remuneration? What does that even mean? Or do you think this, your favorite four-letter word? That's what I think about. But then, light bulb, or we have Daisy's here, so tube light, I thought DIR, these PBMs have it. They've thought of the most amazing thing. It's the perfect excuse for everything. Say, honey, it's 2 a.m. Where have you been? DIR. You know, why is your homework not done? Did the dog eat it? No, Mom, DIR. You're soon going to see DIR charges on your cell phone bills, property taxes, and other unrelated expenses. Anyway, that's all pharmacy related. But then my crazy head thinks we dispense all these stuff, things like Camila, Crisel, Junelle, and Jolessa. And then I'm thinking, why is it that all these birth control are named after Brandon's ex-girlfriends? You don't see condoms named after Brandon, you know? So anyway, we get back to our welcome. So that was my little tidbit of my crazy head. But anyway, tonight we have a wonderful program slated for you guys. I do want to let you know that Waluscha was not able to be with us tonight due to unfortunate circumstances. We apologize for that, but nevertheless, we have an amazing show lined up for you. I hope everybody had a chance to visit the booths and attend the past presentation upstairs. And special thank you to all our sponsors. Because of them, without them, we couldn't have this event tonight. So let's get started tonight. We have a performance by Triple Threat and Chicago Ada. Let's give them a warm welcome.
And now for my next number, I'd like to return to the classics.
जाने जाना ढूंढे तुझे दीवाना सपनों में रोज आए आ जिंदगी में आना जाने जाना ढूंढे तुझे दीवाना सपनों में रोज आए आ जिंदगी में आना सनम जलवा देखा तो दिल हुआ मिलखा बड़ी तेज भागे रे मनमा इमोशन जागे रे मनमा इमोशन जागे मनमा इमोशन जागे रे मनमा इमोशन जागे दिल जगा से
नजर जो तेरी लागी मैं दीवानी हो गई मस्तानी कहती है ये दीवानी मस्तानी हो गई दीवानी हाँ दीवानी दीवानी हो गई
मस्तानी है तू दीवानी है पाकीज़ा हस्ती है तेरी तू नूरानी है सब
धिनकड़ाक आजा उड़ के सराट पैरों से भीड़ी जरा खोल नगाड़े संग ढोल बाजे हाय हाय धम धम नगाड़े संग ढोल बाजे हाय 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 धम धिनकड़ाक आजा उड़ के सराट पैरों से भीड़ी जरा खोल नगाड़े संग ढोल बाजे हाय हाय धम धम नगाड़े संग ढोल बाजे हाय 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 धम नगाड़े संग ढोल बाजे हाय हाय धम नगाड़े संग ढोल बाजे हाय हाय धम
That was a great show by Ada and Triple Threat. First of all, I would like to have the honor to introduce our next guest. It is, I would say, he's the first citizen of India in the United States, Dr. Asuf Syed, a person who has ventured in several countries and is experienced with many diplomatic assignments to promote relations between India and these foreign countries. To relate back to a personal experience of my own, in which I was accompanied by our president, Harish Bhatt, and Rupesh Manik, just a while back. I was taken back by the mellowness and the great personality and warm welcome that was given by such a person in a great seat. Let us welcome the Consulate General of India, Dr. Syed, to say a few words.
Good evening. Said good evening. I'm also a Toastmaster, so we learned this in the very beginning. Thank you so much for inviting me, my family here. And this is not the first time I'm attending a great event commemorating the great work which is being done by the Indian American pharmacists. AIPHA is really one of the pioneering organizations which we are proud of among the professional organizations which we have in Illinois and the rest of the US Midwest. We all know that 1 in every 7 patients in the US are treated by the Indian doctors, Indian American doctors. And I was also informed that 1 in every 5 pharmacists you would find in this part of the world are Indian Americans. So one good round of applause for each one of you who represent that great community. And again, it's very heartening to know that the pharmacy as a profession is getting more and more popular among the Indian American second generation and third generation diaspora. And this itself goes on to reflect the kind of importance and the prestige which is associated to the profession of pharmacists in the United States of America. We know for sure that as far as we are concerned, for example, India is known as the pharma land. It's the 8th largest pharma market in the world. In terms of the size of the market, we may be only 10% of the size of the United States, which has a size of about 300 to 350 billion, if not more. The Indian size is only about 30 to 35 billion dollars. But one good thing is that the market in India for pharmaceuticals is increasing by as much as 15 to 20%, which would mean that more medicines would come from our part of the world to your part of the world, adding more work to this group and adding also more responsibilities, because the pharmacists not only dispense with the medicines in the various pharmacies, but also they hold a very important responsibility, because sometimes when the medical practitioners prescribe medicines and they do not conform to the regular norms, it is the duty and obligation of the pharmacist to point this out. I have been informed by a medical practitioner who is well versed with the subject, who said that the United States is one of the highest in terms of prescribing narcotic medicines, prescriptive narcotic medicines, and you had some recent tragedies of high-profile people dying because of this overdose of medicine. And if more powers are given to pharmacists, then you can exercise that kind of a control with greater responsibility and greater authority, so that precious lives are saved. And in the context of our own Indian American pharmacists, we know there are greater challenges. We know when in a big ocean, there are sharks, there are bigger sharks, there are smaller sharks, and there are small fishes. So you really have to maneuver your way and achieve success. And I think one of the best things which you have with you, your USP, is how you deal with public, how you have managed to render a personalized service to people that flock to you rather than going to the big, well-known names. So I thank you for the great human service that you are doing. We are there behind from the consulate side, anything which you may need. Harish Bhatt is a dear friend, and he has always been a great supporter of wonderful causes that the Indian American community is always associated with, which goes on to say that pharmacists not only look after the welfare of the patients, but they also look after the welfare of the community, the upbringing of the younger diaspora, and then the bringing the two great civilizations, the United States, the oldest democracy, and India, the largest democracy, together. Thank you very much, and enjoy the evening.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Just stay right here. Thank you, Dr. Said. Now, second, I would like to introduce one of our IT masters, I would say. The word IT, information technology, has become our world, and it is such that we cannot survive this day and age. This person has made a digital transformation over the Illinois government, as well as in the cabinet of Governor Rauners, and is one of our fellow friends, Hardik Bhatt. He is an MBA. He's an MBA graduate from Kellogg's Graduate School of Management and has served globally as CIO to many multi-million-dollar companies and also the city of Chicago. His model has been recognized nationally as the Smart Chicago program. Let's welcome the digital master, Hardik Bhatt.
Thank you very much, first of all, to Harish Bhatt and AIPHA. When they invited me to AIPHA, I was expecting a lot of Bollywood stars. And then they said it's AIPHA. I thought it was IAPHA. But I think this is nothing less than a stellar audience that you would find at AIPHA. I want to tell you a little bit about what you're not reading in the newspapers or what you're not hearing on the TV. Because what you're hearing in the newspapers and TV is that there's a budget stalemate that's going on for the last 11 months. You're hearing a lot of negative stuff coming out of Springfield, but there are a lot of positive things that are happening inside the state government that has not happened for quite a long time. The way we are transforming technology is something that other states have already started copying, and the National Governors Association is looking to build a template with us for the other states to use. I know how difficult it is for you to deal with the state government, and you'll hear from my colleague Jay very soon how we are making it easier for you to deal with the state government. But I want to give you a glimpse of what's going on in the state government. We are working on, not this, but it will be like this in 3 years from now. You'll really want to dance. But basically what we are trying to do is, when I walked into the state government, I found our technology was dating back to 1974 and still dates back to 1974. That's almost when I started crawling. And we have kept on investing in this technology year after year, and then pretty much the state government, when I took over, kind of what I founded in a state was a museum of technology, and I was a curator in that museum trying to figure out, where does this piece of old hardware goes? So we started a 3-step journey to bring the state of Illinois from 1974 to 2019. I will not bore you with the first step, which is improving the business of technology, because that's my job. I'll fix that. But the second step is more critical for you, which is improving the business of the state, or the customer service of the state using technology. And that is where you as a pharmacist now will be able to see, or are able to see currently, your business licenses on your mobile phone. We added QR code to that, so anybody can actually now read and make sure that the license is authenticated. And also, Jay will talk to you more about what modernization we are doing in the pharmacy, especially in the regulatory licensing business. But at the same time, we are also bringing the state into the 21st century. Beyond that, with Dr. Saeed, we are also working on building partnership with India, because India has got a tremendous push for smart cities, and Illinois is becoming one of the first smart states in the United States of America. And India and the US, between Illinois and Andhra Pradesh, or Illinois and Telangana, and Illinois and Gujarat, we are going to start building the partnership to start bringing Illinois also at the level of where Singapore and Dubai is. Hold your breaths. Next 3 years, you'll see tremendous transformation, and you'll also get a budget soon. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bhatt. I would like to welcome our president, Harish Bhatt, just to come up to give an award with the CG.
Real quickly, regardless of budget or no budget, but I'll tell you guys, this guy is doing a great job. We print our licenses online now thanks to him. We don't have to have things in mail like we used to in old days. Thanks, Hardik. I think you're doing a superb job. We are very proud of you. Thank you. Dr. Syed just reminded me, Honorable Dr. Syed, that he is one of the highest ranking Indian American in Governor Rauner's cabinet. So we are double proud of him. Thank you so much, Hardik, for coming and gracing our occasion.
Enforcement, fiscal, legal, human resources, press, and government affairs. As we all know, the profession of pharmacy is quite highly regulated by the state, and it is of great importance that our profession to have a highly qualified, highly dedicated person in the driver's seat. So it's my honor to introduce our next speaker, Mr. Jay Stewart, have him come up and say a few words.
Good evening. My name is Jay Stewart. I'm the Director of the Division of Professional Regulation. I'd like to thank IAPHA and Harish Bhatt for letting me speak to you tonight. During my tenure as the director, I've spoken at a number of events, and I have to say I've been here. This is my 3rd or 4th time, and this is probably the best event every year that I attend. It's always very entertaining and informative. I would also like to recognize one of my employees, Dr. Yash Amin. Dr. Amin is the division's pharmacy coordinator, so he deserves all the credit for a lot of the great work we do in pharmacy, and I'd just like to thank Dr. Amin. Great work ethic, and he delivers a huge value to taxpayers, licensees, and his colleagues at the division. The division regulates a great number of professionals and professions. We have about a little over 1 million licensees with a large group in the health cluster, pharmacists, physicians, and then we have professional services such as accountants and engineers. With the pharmacists in particular in the pharmacy cluster, currently in Illinois, there's about 19,400 pharmacists, about 3,800 pharmacies, and about 42,000 pharmacy technicians. So that's a pretty decent chunk of our 1 million licensees. Our goal as a division is to try to, when we regulate, we're trying to do it in a responsive, transparent, innovative, and efficient manner, and trying to use some of the tools and services Hardik provides for us for the division, and he did mention one of our big initiatives is trying to go paperless. Recently, we have managed to turn our licensing, the actual license itself, digital. For years, decades, it has been a paper certificate we would mail out. Now we send that out via email. We recently made it mobile friendly, so you can download it to your smartphone. The notice used to be a paper notice. We'd send a little yellow postcard. Well, it's the 21st century. Now we'll send you an email reminding you that it's time to renew your license. And in addition, if you misplace your license, it gets lost. You know, in the old days, you had to call up, mail in, and we'd mail you another license. Now you can just go online 24/7 and download another version of your license for free. This simple step of getting rid of the paper license and getting rid of that postcard, over 5 years, we estimate that's going to save us $3 million. Just getting rid of 2 pieces of mail. And working with Hardik and the IT folks, we're eventually going to push that process into the initial application to also turn that paperless. We're also undertaking some other initiatives. Again, Dr. Amin deserves a lot of the credit for this. We have a pharmacy ticketing pilot program. For minor violations in the past, it could invoke a lengthy formal disciplinary process, which usually resulted in a small fine. But many, many hours, attorney hours, I'm an attorney, we're very expensive, would be used to pay a small fine. We've now streamlined that process and turned it into a ticket where it can be resolved literally in the matter of minutes. And it saves the pharmacy, it saves the department a lot of time, work, and effort to sort of get to the same place. We've been doing that for about 3 months now, and the feedback we've received so far has been very positive. The pharmacies feel like they are clearing up the issue in a much quicker fashion, and from our perspective, our staff can move on to perhaps more important matters. Finally, a third initiative recently undertaken was pre-issuance of pharmacy numbers to pharmacies. Before a pharmacy can open, it must be inspected by the department. Sometimes we get a little bit backlogged. Again, this Dr. Amin deserves the credit for this. He's been pre-issuing the license number before inspection, so the pharmacy perhaps can take care of other matters, insurance, zoning, that before they would have to wait until we actually inspected them. We estimate this can save 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks opening time for a pharmacy. So these are just some of the initiatives we're trying to undertake from our perspective to try to make the division more responsive. Again, to Hardik's point, trying to make it more responsive to the taxpayer and the consumer. And I look forward to hearing any feedback. I heard some already before I came up here. I'm sure I'll hear some more about how we could do a better job. And again, I want to thank AIPHA and Harish Bhatt for letting me speak to you this evening. Thank you.
That photo will be available for purchase right after the banquet. Anyway, I was just told Harish is so impressed with the IT developments that next year's banquet is going to be a virtual banquet. You guys dress up, sit in front of your computers at home, and we all enjoy it that way. So, anyway, you guys are in for a treat. We have an amazing, talented singer with such an angelic voice. She's gonna cover melodies dating back from the 60s for all the people my age, and the stuff that's playing on the radio now. She's sung for many movies, many TV serials, and won countless awards. You may notice her from her blockbuster hit songs such as Sajna Avija, Ho Gayi Hai Mohabbat, and Zinda Hu Main. So without further ado, Shibani Kashyap.
Good evening, Chicago. Good evening, AIPHA. Good evening, lovely people. Let's clap along in rhythm. It's a pleasure being here. Thank you so much. It's such a pleasure being here. And again, I'd like to thank entire team of IAPHA for inviting me here, and especially the most wonderful host that we have, which is Mr. Harish Bhatt. A big, big, big hand for him and his entire team. Thank you so much. And well, I'm breaking into English songs first because I thought, let me just do something which I love doing, which comes from this country. Jazz music, which I really, really appreciate from the United States of America, which I really love doing back there in India. And of course, there'll be a lot more Bollywood coming up. But here's a tribute to Chicago and, the music culture of Chicago first. Here's a rock and roll song, and accompanying me are the wonderful dancers which are from Chicago itself. Come on over. Let's go. Can I have the track much louder on the monitors, please? Crazy clown, you got me carrying on the books to school. I'm loving lots of crashing, and I love the job you want to play. Hey, hey, set me free. Stupid Cupid, stop being on me. Hey, hey, set me free. Stupid Cupid, stop being on me. Thank you so much. And here's a tribute to the one and only ABBA.
Take a chance, 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 I'm the first in line. Honey, I'm still free. Take a chance on me. If you need me, let me know. Gonna be around. If you got no place to go when you're feeling down. I need the track louder. Much more. Friday nights and the nights are long, looking out for a place to go. There's a thing about music, everything's right. You're in the mood for dance.
for giving it to me. So I say thank you for the music, the songs I'm singing. Thanks for all the joy they're bringing. Who can live without it? I ask in all honesty. What would life be without a song or a dance? What are we? So I thank AIPHA for the music, for giving it to me.
Thank you so very much, and I'll be back after dinner to entertain you all with lots of Bollywood music. Everybody, are we ready? See you in a bit.
I am honored to be here. Thank you so much for having me, AIPHA. Can you give AIPHA a big round of applause? This is amazing. This is amazing. And the entertainment is second to none. Everywhere I go in Illinois, I get asked one question, which is, what does Raja Krishnamurthy mean? Where the heck did you get that name and what does it mean? So I say it's very simple. Translated from an ancient Indian language, it means Congressman for the 8th District of Illinois. Now, I want to observe the 3 rules of public speaking tonight. Be short, be sweet, and be gone. And with that, I have 3 simple points that I want to make tonight. And I want to thank AIPHA and Harish Bhatt and the whole team for having me here tonight. My first point is thank you, thank you, thank you. 4 weeks ago, in the Democratic congressional primary, in a hotly contested race, a 3-way race, because of you, we won with almost 60% of the vote, defeating our nearest opponent by 30 points with record voter turnout. I want to say thank you for everything you did in playing such an important role in that victory, and now it's on to November and the championship game on November 8th. And I want to thank you again for all your support. The second thing I want to say is very simple. The reason I'm running for Congress is you. The reason why I'm running for Congress is you. You see, like my family, you came to this country with nothing in your pockets. But you came with your tradition, you came with your culture, you came with your values, you came with your education, you came with your work ethic. And you worked tirelessly day and night to put food on the table for your families, to put a roof over their head, to educate your beautiful children, and now you're giving back to the community, and you are a success in the greatest country the world has ever known, the United States of America. And so I stand on your shoulders to reach for the stars, to be in the world's greatest deliberative body, the United States Congress. And so although my name is Raja Krishnamurthy, it might as well be Raja Bhatt, or Raja Patel. How do you like that, Raja Patel? The point is this: when I have a voice in the highest halls of power, you will have that voice. When I have a seat at the table, you will have that seat. In short, when I go to Congress, you will be going to Congress. And that is why this race matters. Now I come to my third and final point, which is that 2016 is an incredibly important year for all of us. In this time, certain people want to build walls. I think it's time to build bridges. Build bridges of hope. Build bridges of inclusion. Build bridges of prosperity, and build bridges of unity. And I say to all of you, I am proud to be Indian American. I'm proud of my heritage. I'm proud of my culture. I'm proud of my values, and I'm proud of you. I am seeing the greatness of America in this room. You represent everything that's great about America, and the reason why I'm running is to make sure that my children and your children can do anything they want to do in this great country. They don't need to change their name. They don't need to change their dress. They don't need to change their religion. They don't need to change their culture. And that is why 2016 matters. Now, I have some good news. Just last week, my family was blessed with a baby girl. Baby Sonia. Baby Sonia, along with Vijay and Vikram, focus my mind like anything on our collective futures and remind me of my favorite saying, which is that yesterday's history, tomorrow's a mystery, but today's a gift. That's why we call it the present. And so I am honored and blessed to be with you here today in the present to celebrate AIPHA, to celebrate the future of our community and our country. And so I'll always end with these words, which is that God bless you, God bless your families, and God bless the United States of America. Thank you so much.
That was awesome. I want to go build a bridge, run 5K, dig a hole, mow the lawn, and everything. By the way, that picture is also available for purchase afterwards. At this second, I want to invite Tushar up again to the podium to introduce our next speaker.
We're sure that Raja, we're with you for the present and the future. Right. Now we have a great person amongst us who has great dignity, great perseverance, power, enthusiastic, and determined. And most of all, he's supportive to every one of us by just picking up the phone and just talking to him. These words are seldomly together in a single sentence, but stands true for our president of AIPHA, Harish Bhatt. He stands tall, and not only because he's a pharmacist himself, but still believes while others are in the same profession, we have given up hope, but he still fights daily against the PBMs and Springfield head-to-head to bring us all back our rights and our respect as a pharmacist. He confronts the challenges, as we all do, as pharmacists face, that he encounters the same battles in his own pharmacies to allow us to unite under one umbrella and give us the opportunity to make a basis for our survival for the future, for independent pharmacies, and for our profession. Again, I know the whole grunt is taken probably by his family, but again, now we're part of his family too. Let's get Mr. Harish Bhatt, the president of association, up here to say a few words. Thank you.
Tushar, thank you so much for that wonderful introduction. How about these guys? Hardik Bhatt, Raja Bhatt, Hardik Patel and Raja Bhatt. I think these guys are great. This young generation is really making us proud. I think they both deserve, again, a great round of applause. Our next congressman from the 8th district, Raja Krishnamurthy, guys. It's a wonderful evening, and I'm so delighted to join all of you at such a heartwarming occasion. I welcome all of you to the AIPHA Banquet and Expo. It is our honor that we are joined tonight by Honorable Consul General Dr. Asif Syed, Jay Stewart, Director of Professional Regulation, Dr. Yash Amin, Director of Drug Compliance, Alex Hemsley, Director of Policy and Procedure, Hardik Bhatt, Chief Information Officer for State of Illinois, Aarti Parikh, Investigator for Professional Regulation, Marcus Evans, State Rep, Shahabuddin, Chairman of Qatar Airways, thank you so much for your support, Jeff Brennan and Mike Siner from Cardinal Drugs, Mark Hendricks and Tony Ferrante from H.D. Smith Drugs, and obviously Raja Krishnamurthy. Thank you all for coming. Welcome. The AIPHA Banquet and Expo offers a platform in which members can network among ourselves, as well as it gives us an opportunity to meet and greet the decision makers that influence our future and change. I'm going to submit a few thoughts on matters which are close to all of our hearts. We live in this great age called a chemical age, the golden age of drug therapy. In the research labs, the genius of science is going to surpass all previous discoveries of the past. But how will we bring these drugs to our patients? And how are our patients going to benefit if pharmacists, who are a key element of the healing arts theme, cannot play a central role? In order to provide the best possible care, we need information, teamwork, and manpower. Manpower means the best we can recruit and retain. How can we obtain the best manpower when the tide is against the pharmacist's survival? Tonight, we are celebrating our survival. Another year has passed, and we continue to level with big chains and mail-order competitors. We proudly represent many of the independent pharmacies in the state of Illinois. We still remain resilient, even though we are faced with doubts of sustainability. But with that being said, I would like to express my concern in regards to how difficult it is for an independent pharmacy to open an independent pharmacy in today's day. We are required to open our doors for business 30 days after licensing, but it takes us anywhere from 6 months, in case of Department of Illinois Public Aid, to 12 months in case of Blue Cross Blue Shield, and in some instances up to 18 months for insurance companies like Envision RX to secure contracts before we can even open our doors. We humbly request our representatives to hold insurance companies accountable and to make sure that the willing providers are permitted to serving our communities. We need to cut the red tape to help us practice, which in turn will create more jobs and level the playing field. Separate from this detrimental issue, how are we as independent pharmacy owners expected to practice when we are being set up to fail? With the rising prices of generic drugs, I don't know whether you're familiar or not, but some of these prices have gone through the roof, 800%, 1,000%. I know some of this is in the newspapers. And increased government regulations. Every day there is a new government regulation. Certified pharmacy tax. Pharmacy tax will now require 2 years of CE. The cost of doing business has increased. In addition, we find ourselves coming up short due to the sharp decrease in reimbursement and lack of equivalent margins. It has become vital that we unite. Medicaid is going to expand under the Affordable Care Act, and we must get fair opportunity to partner with them in providing the most cost-effective care. We must demand that the state ceases preferred pharmacy contracting, which not only takes away a patient's right to choose his or her own provider, but also breaches the all-willing provider rule. I encourage every pharmacist to come together to negotiate with the state. Now, you may not believe me, but I have news about pharmacy that is actually positive. I have good news and I have better news. First, I'll give you the good news. CMS 2345 FC. Remember that letters, especially for all pharmacists. CMS 2345 FC. This is not a new Star Wars droid. This is a new rule that is currently in effect, and all states must implement that by April 2016. That's what the federal government says. I know it is already May, but we all know, and I apologize, Hardik, but for us normal people, state of Illinois is at a standstill. For us pharmacists, this rule means states must begin paying us based on the actual acquisition cost of the drug. The actual acquisition cost is the cost that is adjusted for discounts, incentives, and other expenses. The rule also changed the name of the term dispensing fees to professional dispensing fees in order to better recognize the pharmacist's cost. A good thing. If professional dispensing fee, which compensates for cost beyond the ingredient cost of a covered outpatient drug, is gained at the point of sale. Most likely, the future will eventually result in more money in dispensing fees for pharmacies. The pharmacy industry welcomes a shift to acquisition cost reimbursement, which is a lower risk, lower return model for pharmacies. The states will decide these fees by June, we hope. Thankfully, our lobbyist and a friend of our association, Jake Miller, has been in dialogue with HFS leadership to ensure that our interests are represented in negotiations. He will be negotiating our dispensing fees on behalf of AIPHA, along with IPHA and IRMA. He's also working on an audit bill. Obviously, we really need this bill, Jake, after what is happening with Prime Therapeutic audits. And the way Prime Therapeutic audits have been going these days, Dr. Amin, we may not need your department because they're coming and examining way more things than you do, unfortunately. So he's also working on an audit bill under HB 4079 that will keep insurance companies transparent. I would like to sincerely thank him, as well as all AIPHA members, non-members, and student chapters for their endless support through which we are able to recognize our aspirations. Now the better news. And I know you heard Jay Stewart telling you all about the new standardization chart and the ticketing system that they have come up with, which is wonderful. You know, it gives us a clear understanding of what is expected of the thorough pharmacist self-check. Consequences have been clearly defined. If there is a non-compliance to self-check, consequences for violations include $100 fine for the first one, $150 for the second violation, $250 for the third violation, and the fourth violation will result in appearance in front of the board. Of course, if you follow the 18-point checklist outlined by the department, you will incur no issues. We would like to congratulate Jay Stewart, Dr. Amin, and the department for their hard work on this new and fair checking system. Thank you so much. I would also like to take a few minutes to thank all our vendors and all the vendors who put up the booth, without whom this banquet would not be possible. Cardinal Drugs, H.D. Smith Drugs, Amneal Pharmaceuticals, McKesson Drugs, Trividia Health, Smith Drugs, Micro Merchant Pharmacy Software, Colossal Drugs, Pharmacy Automation, Parada, Windmill Vitamins, Alpine Health, Best RX Pharmacy Software, DAA Pharmacy Software, Telefarm, Diva International, and last but not least, thank you so much, Qatar Airways. I also want to extend gratefulness to families of my team and our AIPHA board members for supporting and serving our association unconditionally. Guys, they really deserve a great round of applause. Please help me. I also want to thank my wife for supporting me to do what I enjoy most, which is to serve my fellow pharmacists and our profession. I want to thank all of you from the bottom of my heart for attending our banquet and making us feel so warm. I also want to take this opportunity to thank Shibani Kashyap and Asim Singh from Adam Events for flying all the way here from India to entertain us. And last but not the least, Jankhana Desai. If you like your food today, you like your arrangement today, guys, call her again. She's a great event planner. We call her fondly JD, Jankhana Desai. Once again, thank you all for coming. We really appreciate this. Thank you.
At this moment, can I have Mr. Shahad Uddin from Qatar Airways come up? We want to present you with a little token for your support of the organization.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity. I just want to make it very short and sweet, just like Raja Krishnamurti said, make it really short and sweet and people draw attention to what I'm saying. I know most of you travel with different carriers, especially if you talk about Chicago, O'Hare. There are many choices. But if you talk about Ahmedabad, there are only 3 choices: Qatar, Emirates, and Etihad. A lot of people ask me, why Qatar Airways? I'll just tell you a few factors or the good things. All of these carriers who are flying to India, especially Ahmedabad, by the way, it's from O'Hare to Doha, which is our head office, hub, and then go to Ahmedabad. Qatar Airways have won Airline of the Year award 3 times, 2011, 2012, and 2015. None of our competitors has ever won Airline of the Year award. Another thing which I want to tell you, that there is a website called skytrax.com. Once again, it's skytrax.com. If you go to that website, it gives you all the information of any international airline as well as the airport. Qatar Airways is one of the airlines based in the Middle East, and it's 5-star airline. There is only 7 airlines in the entire world, and Qatar Airways is one of them. Few things about the product. We have economy and we have business. We don't have any first class. So when you talk about economy, we are different than Emirates. We are different than Etihad Airways. We have 3-3-3 configuration, seating wise. And in business, we have 2, 2, and 2. Means everyone either gets the window seat or the aisle seat. Sitting there right at the table number 3. If anyone has any questions or want to talk to me, please welcome. Thank you for your support. Thank you.
All right, I think I got more pictures than my wedding. All right, guys, I want to thank Harish and I want to thank JD again for a wonderful job organizing everything. I want to thank Tarak for the wonderful dessert setup that's going to happen in the back, and Madan from Meadows Club, always making us feel welcome. Dinner's being served. You are very welcome. If you don't like the food, Tushar's at one of the tables on the right side. You'll talk to him. We got entertainment coming a little bit later, so enjoy the food, everybody.
दिल दीवाना बिन सजना के माने ना, दिल दीवाना बिन सजना के माने ना, ये पगला है समझाने से समझे ना, ये पगला है समझाने से समझे ना। धक धक बोले इत उत डोले दिन रहना, ये पगला है समझाने से समझे ना, ये पगला है समझाने से समझे ना। दर्द जुदाई क्या होता है तुम जानो मैं जानूं, हो 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 हो। दर्द जुदाई क्या होता है तुम जानो मैं जानूं, प्यार बुला कहना मानूं, तुमसे मिले बिन दिल को कुछ भी सूझे ना। ये पगला है समझाने से समझे ना, ये पगला है समझाने से समझे ना। नस नस में मोहब्बत दौड़े और पुकारे, हो 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 हो, बन के लहू नस नस में मोहब्बत दौड़े और पुकारे। प्यार ने सब कुछ हार दिया पर हिम्मत कैसे हारे, कह दो दुनिया दिल का रास्ता रोके ना। पगला है समझाने से समझे ना, ये पगला है समझाने से समझे ना। दिल दीवाना बिन सजना के माने ना, समझाने से समझे ना, ये पगला है समझाने से समझे ना।
तू होगी 1 2 2 ओ कुड़िए what to do, ओ हो गई मुंडे दी पतंगा वर्गी, तू एवें उड़दी ओ हो गई मुंडे दी। हिला ते चलदी टुक टुक तू करदी, मेकअप तू कर दिया, अंग्रेजी पढ़दी, किट पिट तू करदी, जिम्मे कोइन साडी विक्टोरिया, तू कैंटी बिग बैन दी, पूरा लंदन ठुमकदा ओ जदों नचे पैन दी, पूरा लंदन ठुमकदा।
फाइनली तेरा ये वर्जिनिटी का व्रत टूटे।
मम्मी सुन लेगी पागल।
लट्टे दी चादर उत्ते हनीमून कर माहिया, आप सामने तेरा की साइज है 10 माहिया, मन मन दा कुरदा दिखदा है सब कुछ क्लियर माहिया, तेरे सामने लगदा है छोटा पलंग माहिया।
रानिया
दीदी।
हाँ
भैया आपको आई लव यू कह रहे थे।
स्यापा
जनरेटर चलाई यार, और कमाल करता तो तू कैंटी बिग बैन दी, पूरा लंदन ठुमकदा ओ जदों नचे पैन दी, पूरा लंदन ठुमकदा।
देखो देखो है शाम बड़ी दीवानी धीरे धीरे बन जाए न कोई कहानी देखो देखो है शाम बड़ी दीवानी धीरे धीरे बन जाए न कोई कहानी दिल पर है दिलकश है दिलदार नजारे हैं आज ज़मीं पर उतरे कितने सितारे हैं अगलो होश नमी दानम हम है दिल है हर जानम बस दीवानगी 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 है ना कोई रहसन ना रहबर ये इल्जाम लगे किस पर ओ बस दीवानगी 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 है All the hot girls put your hands up and say Oh Shanti All the cool boys come on make some noise and say Oh Shanti Girls 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 boys 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 girls 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 boys 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 शाम गज़ब की हंगामा खेज है
इसका नशा ही गहरा है तेज है
शाम गज़ब की हंगामा खेज है
इसका नशा ही गहरा है तेज है
सुल्फ खुली है रेशम रेशम
सांस खुली है माथा माथा
ये तो इशारे हैं अगलो होश नमी दानम हम है दिल है हर जानम बस दीवानगी 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 है ना कोई रहसन ना रहबर ये इल्जाम लगे किस पर ओ बस दीवानगी 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 है All the hot girls put your hands up and say Oh Shanti All the cool boys come on make some noise and say Oh Shanti
सोना